Boy, a promising day started off so good and soured by the end of the night. What happened? Let's recap it and do another one. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Hump Day. That's right. It's the Wednesday edition here of Winning Bets. I'm your guy, Jason Mattis, as always. Thanks for jumping in here with me and starting off your day with me. Well, let's go ahead and recap yesterday. Just out of a frustrating day, to put it quite simply put. Let's go ahead and recap it and see what happened. And if you hear of any baby making maybe a star appearance on today's show, and maybe thinking I'm a little bit off camera and a little bit angled, I got little man down here. I'm sitting here bouncing him with my left foot, kind of keep him happy. So if I get a little lazy on the foot, he may let me know about that by giving a little holler and a scream to let old dad know to continue doing the old bouncing right there, as you maybe have just heard there a few seconds ago. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump on into the recap here, guys. Again, down a little bit yesterday, down 1.59 units. What went our way? We got that Nerfy in that Tigers versus Cardinals game. That was a really good cash right there. We did not get the Nerfies in the Reds Brewers sacrifice fly. I hate losing Nerfies on sac flies. Like if you're gonna ruin a bet, just get a hit, get a home run, do something. Just hate losing that on a sac fly. So that was upsetting. Angels, Orioles over 10.5. That thing cashed in the fourth inning, guys. Unreal. There were so many runs in that game as we expected. Talked about how those starters were both crap. Talked about how the Orioles bullpen is just the worst in the major league. So yeah, that was a nice, easy cash there in the fourth inning. We did not get that Mariners F5 and Diamondbacks F5 parlay. Mariners came through. They went ahead and won that 3-1, but the Pirates went ahead and won their F5. I think they were up 4-0 at the end of the fifth inning. So went ahead and dropped that parlay. Went also ahead and dropped the Marlins team total. They only got one run, needed 4 runs. And then also our dog of the day, the Rays did not get up over 2.5 on their F5 team total as they only got 1 run. Then we did a couple arbitrage bet. We got the Giants right there and the Mets. They got a rifey in that game. Then there was also a rifey up in the Braves and Yankees game. Well, amongst all those losing bets, we did correctly predict the free giveaway bet. I put that free giveaway bet for you guys up on that Tigers-Cardinals game. So that was good right there. Hopefully you guys are maybe, really obviously betting those. Obviously, if I'm doing the free giveaway bet, I'm picking out generally my favorite bet because I want to hook you guys up and give you guys the greater chance to win money. So hopefully you guys are kind of using that as your own kind of sign that, boy, he really must really like that bet. So yeah, that one came through again. So we got $46 to go ahead and give out on today's show. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do it. All right, we got this one right here. This is going to be the lucky part. Hey, making an appearance. I'm going to keep bouncing. Bouncy. We got Moravach M. Moravach M has gone ahead, the lucky winner. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter. Drop me that PayPal information, and I'll go ahead and send you $46. Let's go ahead, guys. And before we do it, obviously we're running cold in baseball. No, you don't need a rocket science to go ahead and figure that out. So, there's no point in taking time off, right? If you take a day off, if you take 2 days off, it doesn't guarantee when you come back you're going to, be successful. So you just got to shoot our way through it. We got to trust in the process that we're doing, trust in the strategies that we use. And obviously we've been on an incredible run. And somebody actually hit me up maybe 3 or 4 days ago and actually asked me how I'm doing on the season. I haven't provided a season update in a while. And I'm going into this week, so at the end of Sunday, we're up 41.18 units. You're up 41.18 units. Now, you don't get up 41 units, obviously, by accident. You're doing a lot of good work and getting a lot of good wins. So, yeah, we're running cold in baseball. Believe it'll obviously turn just because of the work and the pedigree that is put into these bets. Again, you don't get up 41 units by accident. You're doing a lot of good right. So you just got to get through this cold time. We're going to shoot our way through it. That being said, we're not going crazy. We're not shooting our way through it by throwing up 10 bets. We're still just sticking to the bets that we like. We're not forcing any action. And we're hoping that the bets that we generally like are the ones that obviously we can get some cashes on. So with that being said, let's jump on into it. Before we do that, I want to caution you guys on Tigers versus Cardinals. When I first looked at this slate, I actually thought this game was going to be the one I was going to really just hammer the bets, whether it was going to be a team total or an F5 or something like that. I was just going to absolutely hammer this game. But you look at the Tigers and we talk about their left-handed pitching success or hitting against left-handed pitching. Boy, has it gone down. It's gone down. You want to look it up through August 1st? Like top 3, depending on which week you want to look at. Top 3, even top 1 sometimes. The best. Boy, after that, It's a very, very stark decline. They're now sitting, I believe I saw they're now sitting when I did a 1 week sample, they're sitting, I think it was number 18 in the major league. So they're no longer hitting left-handed pitching like they were. So that was just enough caution for me to go ahead and back off of it. I know they're facing John Lester, a guy that has generally thrown up clunkers this season, but the fact is they're in a real terrible slide for us left-handed pitching. So you'll probably, think that that's also an attractive bet, and that doesn't mean that you're going to put in a bet, and that also doesn't mean it's not going to cash. But to me, it wasn't a sure thing, or wasn't as easy as it was perceived to be before I started, digging into that number. So just wanted to caution you guys a little bit right there on the Tigers action today. Again, whether it's a team total, a run line, a money line, whatever have you, is just wanted to give you guys a little caution because I thought I was going to be all over that game today. And the 4 bets I have, I do not have a 1 bet from that game. What I do have a bet from is Rays versus Phillies. I'm going Phillies F5 team total under 2.5 runs at -130. What do I like here about this? Phillies versus left-handed pitching. If we look at their sample size for the month of August, they're batting .214, bottom 3 in the league. If we look at it in the last 2 weeks, it's down to batting .196, again, bottom of the league. And if we look at it here in the last week, they're batting .171. So they're just progressively getting worse through this month of August. Obviously hitting left-handed pitching. You got a left-handed pitcher on the mound, obviously, and Ryan Yarbrough right here. Decent numbers, and he's coming off 0 runs against the Orioles. The Orioles are a slightly better at batting average than the Phillies. I went ahead and looked that up, right? You say, okay, you're coming off a really good outing versus the Orioles. Well, how do you compare against the Phillies? Slightly better in hitting left-handed pitching, and they were able to get 0 runs up over Yarbrough, and they're going to know him obviously a lot better, being a division foe. Like, they're going to know this guy, and they didn't get anything off of him. This bet cashed on May 29th when Yarbrough went up against these same Phillies. Huge difference in that game, though. That was in Tampa Bay, where they can get a DH. So obviously they're going to have a stronger lineup that day than what they're going to have this day, because they're going to obviously have to have their pitcher hit. So they weren't in this bet cashed on May 29th. So, and if we look at what they were doing back on May 29th, look at that 2-week stretch prior to that. They were hitting left-handed pitchings at .234. So it doesn't matter what point of the month of August you look at, they were never hitting .234. And then you add in the fact that they're just on a terrible slide themselves through this month of August. So I'll go ahead and back Ryan Yarbrough that he can go ahead and quiet these bats enough over 5 innings. And let's go ahead and hit that Phillies F5 team total under 2.5 runs at -130. Next one I'm going to go to is Twins versus Red Sox. Red Sox F5 team total over 3 runs at -115 over a points bet. I mean, what's there not to like about this? You got Bailey Ober on the mound here. Besides that outing against the White Sox, and I'll touch on that here for a second, he's given up multiple runs in darn near every start. 2 to 3 runs, generally speaking, in every start. The one he didn't do it in was against those White Sox, where we backed the White Sox to hit him and hit him hard. I believe we took their F5 team total that day. That was that game that was 1-0. I think he only gave up 1 or 2 hits in that game. He didn't give up any runs. Remove that outing there against the White Sox, and this guy gets hit. And obviously, a guy that gets hit, you figure he's going to get hit, against the Red Sox. I mean, the Red Sox continuously be the top offense. You look at what they're doing against this month of August, they're still a top offense. They're still a top offense against right-handed pitching. So a guy that gives up multiple runs, generally speaking, in most of his outings, now he gets one of the top offenses in all of baseball. I think he's going to give up multiple runs to this offense, so I'll go ahead and like that. I was backed off of the full game team total because the Twins bullpen, actually, since August 1st, has been pitching really well. They're top 10 in a lot of categories. Outside of FIP and ERA, I know FIP is a big one right there, but WHIP and opponent's batting average, what have you, they're almost top 10. So they were in enough top 10 categories in bullpen to scare me off of a full game team total. So that's why I went ahead and just did the F5. I'm making this bet because of Bailey Ober and his perpetual, nature just to go ahead give up runs in every start, and think he'll go ahead and struggle against one of the best offenses in all baseball. So it's that Red Sox F5 team total over 3 runs for me at -115. The next one I'm going to go do here is Angels versus Orioles. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 bets from this game. The first one is going to be that Angels run line at -110 over at DraftKings. I mean, Orioles have lost 19 games in a row, folks. What's there not to like when you're going ahead and fading the Orioles? Their starter's not announced today, although if they stay on rotation, it should be Lopez. I didn't see anything to suggest that he's been hurt, but if they want to throw out anybody, right? Obviously, over 19 games, they're not doing anything right. They've got the bullpen's worst majors. I mean, it's the bullpen's worst majors. I mean, go ahead and look it up since August. It's been worse. You're losing 19 games in a row. It's not a big shocker that you're going to have the worst bullpen in all the majors. You got Ohtani on the mound for the Angels. Just look what this offense did yesterday against this Orioles team. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and put a hurting on this Orioles I would imagine, again today. And, it's getting to that stretch where it's like, we're not losing to these guys, right? These guys are going to break a 19-game losing streak against us. So you also got that on your side. So what's going to be my other bet from this game? It's going to be my dog of the day. And it said Angels team total over 5.5 runs. And you can get that at even money over at DraftKings. So we'll go ahead and roll with that as our dog of the day. So let's go ahead and recap these 4 bets for you here. We're going to go ahead and do that Phillies F5 team total under 2.5 runs at -130. Go ahead and take that Red Sox F5 team total over 3 runs at -115. Go ahead and take that Angels run line at -110. And go ahead and take that Angels team total over 5.5 runs at even money. And that'll be your dog of the day. All right, guys, that's how we'll do it. We're going to get out of this streak. It's just the ebbs and flow of gambling. You guys know it. You guys have been betting long enough. You do the same work, but sometimes you just don't get the same results. It'll turn. Again, up over 40 units, up on the year. In the stretch here, we're up over 60-some units up in a 19-week stretch. So just running a little cold, but we're still putting in the same amount of work and same amount of effort. It'll turn, and hopefully today is that day it turns. So go ahead and get these bets in. I want you guys to be a part of it whenever we go ahead and turn and we get warm and we get hot again. I want you guys to be a part of it. All right, guys, we'll catch you back here on tomorrow's show. Have a good one. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today. And check out my other great videos in these corners.